things like that, creating the pockets with the high tide. And then GX, I think it's a bit more formulaic, right? The Fade Dogs, the Viper Wall are going to try to control the flow of the game a bit. Speaking of which, straight up on in is GIANTX, straight across to U-Haul behind the Viper Ult, and scurrying away into bathrooms is madv. And this is what I was talking about. It's already starting, Joy. Massive TP. Oh no, they're actually going to scale back and go through spawn side, and GIANTX have taken their spawn already. This round's getting crazy.
This round is crazy indeed, as it's Miyori with the big loop around. Will manage to take out Toki. madv though will shut her down. Now, Spike has already been planted here on this A side. Now, this is a very heavy stacked alleyway, but it looks like Falcons will be coming out swinging to start with, as they manage to put a stop to the advance of Giants. Defuse.
Yeah, we are going to get so many more rounds like that, Joy. This map is going to turn into spaghetti with these comps. Like, it's just going to be crazy TPs. It's going to be like these big flanks coming in, or like big fights over the mid alley and things like that, or quick exes. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a very up tempo. I'm keen to see how it goes, but Falcons starting things off well on the defense. First round goes their way. And worth mentioning that Sandra, obviously previously a duelist player, has had to flex into the Senti role and even play a bit of Fade on things like Sunset. Back on a duelist. It's back to Sandra, go kill. And we'll see how that works out for him.
Yeah, we will see indeed, as we do see the Hawk flying out immediately alongside the Cascade. Will not be doing too much, as it will just be, you know, slowing Falcons down. Or, excuse me, slowing Giants down, because it's the Falcons who obviously have the harbor.
Yep.
And they're just biding their time here for now.
Yeah, GIANTX just looking for a pick here, right? Working up B long. There's another nice little cascade to keep them at arm's length for now. Even with absolutely no util. Just going to play the close angle here. And GIANTX really just kind of waiting for a mistake out of Falcons.
Yeah, holding down the angles here around that B side still. You see now Miyori pushing up. Is actually going to run into Sandra. Sandra will gladly take that one. Thank you. Nice swing out here from Smurfette. Though. So, 1 kill apiece so far this round.
Yeah, what to do for GIANTX now? Falling back to spawn side, they've still got, I mean, what was a Viper Wall can't be used anymore. So they're going to have to pivot back, try to this B side. Eva hearing no footsteps anymore. Prompts the rotation of Toki, so it's going to be 3 players on the site here for Falcons with 15 seconds.
15 seconds to go, so the timer's starting to run out. Sarah walking up here, tries to get the plant down. Will manage to do so as Smurfette takes down another. Toki though. Well, as it's covered, you would say. The blind connection will pick up another one, but will go down to the shorty up in that close range. Lush though, still here with the Sim Beacon, ready to swing out. Will find that last kill, and that is going to be the defuse though. Coming through for Falcons. I mean, a bit of a deficit in guns, but Falcons and Giants both making this already 2 very entertaining rounds to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Luge hitting, who was that on short, on the fade? Was it Ness? I think hitting Ness with the garden hose treatment, just holding down the spray until she gets it done. Barely didn't do so. Lucky that Ness, I think, deep on short, ran out of bullets there, but has to be said, so much damage in this round inflicted by GIANTX, and Smurfette looking so damn sharp on that Marshall. That's going to put Falcons' economy in a very difficult position, and this is what you see in the current state of Valorant. Instead of playing a bonus round, they have to actually take a save here and half by despite winning the round. They will just look to do damage to GIANTX, who are into their first gun round here. So this is one of these weird economy situations where you have to make a concession in round 3 despite winning the round. So in contrast to last round, when GIANTX was very much just trying to look for damage, that's what Falcons are looking for this round. And GIANTX, I mean, I can understand why they're playing this slowly, why they're anticipating this mid-aggression. Just look at the comp that Falcons is running. You see that on the loading screen, and you can slow things down a bit.
Oh, Prowler will save Ness for now, so she's fine to back off, but round here. Smurfette might be caught in the back though. Sarah finds first blood. That's the only rifle that Falcons had gone already. So early on into the round. Nice satchel to go across here. Is Toki, will be caught in the back though. Eva still trying to hold down the fort here. Good for one. Will be shut down. The gun difference just seems a little bit too much here. Is it madv trying to find something, but will not connect any shots before she gets shut down. Giants finding the first round here for themselves.
Yeah, great multi-frag from Sarah. Going to give her a pretty early timing on the Rolling Thunder here. Smurfette quite close to the showstopper as well. Falcons into their first gun round though, into round number 4 here. We'll see what they're going to be getting done. It's been very slow pacing so far from GIANTX. Though they do have the ability to pick up the pace. You know, we saw it previously, the double satchel with the Prowler or the fault line and hitting that timing. I think that's what they're going to do here. Double satchel into shower. Fault line straight into shower. Off the back of Sarah. Is Smurfette going to hit this timing? Oh, Sandra straight through the stun. That's absolutely abhorrent.
There is the Rolling Thunder here to try and make an entry for GIANTX. Toki though will start spamming through the boxes. Lush finds another here, but there will not be much left to scramble here as Joliinaa, last one standing. Wants to clear this corner onto Lush and we'll do that. We'll do absolutely that. Spike is in such a tricky position here for her to go and retrieve though.
It is. There's the dog from Eva. Having a look for her. She's taking her time with this one. Joliinaa has been very clutch so far in this tournament, Joy. We were highlighting her on the desk just the other day.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So if there's anyone who could, you know, potentially be doing this, I would say it's probably Joliinaa, but seen and spotted on that angle now. Forced to reposition once again. Slowly approaching towards where that spike is. Might be caught with the backside towards the showers though.
Spike.
Has the spike.
Shadows.
I'm starting to tick though for them. The smoke will go out here. She tries to find a plant.
Spike planted.
And now in a 1v2. Oh,
Last player standing.
Run straight in. Tries to find a second kill, but will not be doing that. Eva was ready, of course, and we'll find that if you... Still though, really good try from Joliinaa.
Yeah, and GIANTX a little unlucky in that round. I mean, you had the fault line into Shower's side, setting up Smurfette for that double satchel, and then this happens to her. Yeah. I mean, that is just unlucky. The strat works as intended, and instead of going 1-for-1 there, and then the Rolling Thunder with the short scale coming on through for them to try to wipe the site, unfortunately, you end up in this scenario where Joliinaa has to clutch and 4K to win the round. She almost does it, though. It's a lot of damage to Falcons' economy nonetheless, and you're going to get the reinvestment here for GIANTX now. They've got the showstopper online as well. Over on the other side of things, Luge with the orbital ready to go. Big dark cover, as well as a guiding light and a cascade down the bottom of long, but with a bit of a gap there. They're actually going to force their way through here, Joy.
Yeah, that they are indeed. And there's the showstopper immediately being popped here. Trying to close that corner out. Will find Eva. Put her back to where she came from. So a fantastic opener. Empress being committed here as well. As we do see madv picks up one here. Tries to enter here through the hookah. Oh, and we do have the Reckoning now as well with the showstopper. As on the other side as Toki finds one more here. Smurfette on the run. Actually, just then finds the upper hand on to Sandra. Amazing stuff from Smurfette as she kills 3 and ness is there to clean up the rest. Fantastic round here from GIANTX.
Oh, bloody hell. It's that dynamic duo back again. Smurfette just running around absolutely everywhere on the raise. Showstopper to open up the round off the back of the Prowler utility, and then the double satchel through elbow onto spawn side, and both her and Ness peek out and create a 180 crossfire as Ness peeks through that garden to be able to catch all of the Falcons players on site. And like I said, Joliinaa in the previous round, round number 4, brings that down to a 1v1, taking a lot of guns away from Falcons, and immediately GIANTX invest their ults into that round and break the economy of Falcons here. Really good opportunity for them to complete this anti-eco and start to run away with this attacking half now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do see that they're throwing pretty much all of the intel that they have at them. Seekers they do still have available, though, on Eva, and the orbital strike, of course, as well.
Sandra
Falcons.
flanking already. No Senti. You know, it's something that was talked about on the desk. There's a lot of chances to actually flank through the middle of the map, Joy.
Yeah, absolutely true. She will be checked and shut down, though. So everybody on the side was on that B side, now pivoting towards that A. Not quite sure, but this is probably where they will start to make their stand here on the side of GIANTX.
Flash out.
Viper wall.
There.
Goes up, will stop that for a little bit. Joliinaa though manages to catch one immediately. And with just such a big gun difference, there is very, very little. Oh, but stop me right there. I was gonna say it's very little the Falcons can do, but madv is still madv and manages to just grab 2 kills for herself. And now it's just Toki left standing. 1v3, Pilski.
Yeah, not much for her to do here. Just a classic. See if she can try to take an extra gun away from GIANTX. Finds a nice timing to swing out onto Miyori there, but great reaction from the Viper of GIANTX, and they get themselves a 3rd round. Not really a massive fan of Luge pulling that orbital on the plant. I know that they had 4 players on the site there, but that's I feel a bit of a panic ult where they in a round where they didn't really have a great chance of winning it. And now, unfortunately, they won't have access to it in this following gun round. Tower out now for Falcons Vega. They've got the Seekers online, could definitely help them streamline one of these retakes, getting close to the Reckoning. But they've got a bit of an uphill battle of their own to kind of fight up now, because GIANTX done an excellent job recovering from losing those opening couple of rounds. They have now built themselves up a nice little economy. Got that from the shadows there on Joliinaa, as well as the Fade ult, the Nightfall. I'm keen to see what Falcons Vega is going to be doing. Despite the fact they've been playing this double duelist comp, I feel like they haven't really been that aggressive across the map. We've seen double bathroom setups, but, you know, when I'm thinking double duelist on defense, split, defense bind, things like that, I'm thinking, like, we're pushing, like, straight up the guts or on the extremities, you know, double walking straight through bathrooms, pushing down B long, you know, especially with the Harbor, doing some nice little kind of like cascade walk-ups with the flash plays, things like that. Really contesting deep A short. So far, I feel like it's been pretty reserved from Falcons on this double duelist comp. They haven't really been going pedal to the metal too much, just kind of contesting key parts of the map and playing kind of 3-2s.
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps saving it for later, but I mean, they can't be saving it for too long here. As we do want the entertainment, and of course they do want that lead. Prowler, already thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing the same thing that's working, right? Contesting B long, leaving the Viper solo on the other side of the map, but finally Sandra getting active. That's a bit of a mistiming though, Joy.
Yeah, absolutely was.
Face your fear!
Not great. Oh, the Nightfall already coming out though here. Onto that B side as we do see Smurfette making her way in here. Joliinaa forced off that angle here by Toki. Still has the double satchel available to herself, but we'll be respecting that for now.
Yeah.
As Lush has arrived to back her up.
Big flank here from Miyori. We'll keep an eye on that as the Seekers come out here, Joy.
Yes, that they do indeed. Joliinaa still trying to hold down the angle here in the hallway. Has to watch her back though, as she will see that Toki is coming to swing out and will take her down. Immediately turns around to try and find extra damage here, as it will be Ness alongside Miyori swinging out to get her on that backside. Empress is available though, as Sandra tries to run for the hills, will be shut down. GIANTX, yeah.
They just don't have an answer for this B play, Joy. They just really don't. It's the same play over and over again. The Prowler and the Boombot to contest up B long, the Viper being left. It's just a simple 1-4 into a B execute. And yet again, you know, GIANTX win the post plant in the exact same way. You know, they're fighting straight out B long garden, and they have the wrap on through spawn, this time actually through defense spawn. And, you know, once again, crunch the site together. You know, you saw Falcons, they just maintained hookah control and then trusted that the flood back into the site with that hookah control would get them that retake onto B with that approach, but it really didn't work out for them at GIANTX. They're not changing anything, you know. After that timeout, they didn't feel the need to stay one step ahead to change, you know, what their approach is. They're really just maintaining. If it's not broke, we don't need to fix it. And in this case for GIANTX as well, seems like on the anti-half bar, you already see them in a pretty passive setup, anti-eco, just spread around across the map. Might see like a progressive dark cover, deep up B long to deny the info. But it really is looking like a great attacking side here for GIANTX. And looking at this comp for Falcons, I'm not too surprised about that, given the fact that, you know, they are playing double duelists, right? If they're not getting in the face of the opponent, if they're not getting these opening kills, if they're not finding impact or positional advantage in the early to mid round, then they're just falling behind.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of that is then going to fall into the hands of Toki to try and just, you know, create that space, make that first contact. But we will see how they are going to approach these upcoming rounds here. Smurfette syncing up here with Miyori.
Flank from Falcons. In they go though, Joy.
Yeah, in they go indeed. Double satchel gets used. The Smurfette will shut down Toki right away. Fantastic start here once again for the Giants. As we do see Sandra wants to try and get any damage done here. Forced off that angle. We do have the rest of Falcons now arriving to the scene. 3, 2, 4. I'm very curious how they're going to try to play this out, but madv is just doing madv things.
One enemy remaining.
So they find two. Oh my goodness. Ness now, last one standing here to get just 2 pistols. Can she do it? She takes down the Trailblazer. Spike has been retrieved. She can now start to make it to the site and find the plant here. Still a little bit of time on the clock, so she will try to find a little bit more information. Possibly even rotate here towards that B side, and it looks like that is just exactly what she is going to be doing.
Yeah, port's back up in 7 seconds. It's going to be a plant for spawn here. You can see the rotation a little bit behind the 8 ball. She's going to take a duel towards spawn side early on, Joy.
Oh. Yeah, does have the haunt available to her. Might not even be using it, and she will not even get the chance to, as well as madv picks up her 3rd kill of the round here. And that will get another round on the board here for Falcons. Nicely done from them here.
I mean, the mid walk is what wins that round. Like, we talked about the lack of a senti, and so far, you know, GIANTX has been playing around that quite well. Like, we watched in the other round where they were anti-eco, they were able to deal with the flank quite nicely onto Sandra and pivot back. That round, I mean, you know, the initial exchange back and forth on the site looks favourable for GIANTX, but it's this double flank from Eva and madv combining to win the round. And something that Falcons need to continue to do on this defensive side if they're going to find success, I feel, with this comp. This is a dangerous round for them to be navigating, though. GIANTX, 3 massive ults online for round number 9.
Yeah, exactly. Showstopper already should be enough to just, you know, cause a lot of damage in the hands of Smurfette. And this time we have Miyori as well with the Viper Pit. And, I mean, I heard Mitch say it a few days ago that Bind is just a Viper paradise.
Yeah.
There.
We're going to see how Miyori is going to bring that into play.
Big fight over B long here, though, Joy.
It is indeed. Both teams still taking their time here to try and peek. Showstopper, of course, available here. But Smurfette does not necessarily want to be the first one to go. Fault line already gets connected. The swing out does connect though onto Smurfette. The paint shells though will manage to take out the harbor. There's the Rolling Thunder. A beautiful spray here once again from Sandra. Sandra really, you know, proving her prowess here on the Reyna, who will be shut down as now the Viper's Pit will be used. The Giants are tying up the numbers here, and it's Joliinaa and Miyori left standing.
Okay. Satchel out. One enemy remaining.
You see the boombox here, so they know where Toki is, and they will run right up to her and find her. Joliinaa good for 3, well, 3 in total, but manages to take out both Lush and oh god, now I forgot the other. Oh, Toki. Yeah, Lush and Toki.
Lovely.
Satchel out.
Massive round for GIANTX.
Last player standing.
just fisticuffs over B long there, honestly, into an afterplant yet again. It's been almost all B afterplants for GIANTX so far. That time investing the pit to get the round done once again, breaking Falcons' economy, forcing them back on the half bite. Surprised that someone hasn't thrown over Sandra a gun so she can pop that Empress and try to get in the face, but she's going to try to do so nonetheless. Miyori opening pick onto Toki here to kick things off, and you can see the rest of GIANTX quite happy to drop the wall, peek together, and scale up into this site, putting pressure on Luge and Sandra now.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have so much in hand here as Luge will be shut down alongside Sandra, and it's madv and Eva to once again try to clutch this one out for the squad. madv up in heaven. Has a little bit of information, spots one head, doesn't quite connect the shots though. And now Eva is going for that little wrap around here towards Showers. Clears out Showers and starts to go up here through the smoke. Building still available. Time is ticking though as Eva will be shut down. madv, last one standing, will also be shut down. This is GIANTX's round once again.
Yeah, and you know, having Miyori and Joliinaa on this team right now is worth its weight in gold. I feel like we're going into a lot of after plants, post plant scenarios where those players are alive. Smurfette being put in a lot of positions to find those opening duels, enabled by both the breach and the fade utility, is a reason why these core 4 agents plus another controller, in addition to the Viper, are seen on a lot of different maps. The way they're playing right now, very, very strong for the comp. GIANTX back towards this A side. Once again, Falcons contesting bathrooms quite heavily with Luge backside. There's the showstopper out from Smurfette, following the Brim with the orbital online into spawn side.
Yeah, the Prowler to follow as well. Shot will not quite connect those. Eva will find Smurfette, shut her down. She will actually manage to pick up madv though. That's a really nice pick to get early on. Toki with the Guardian. Alright, Nightfall gets committed here on the side of GIANTX as they're looking to find more and more kills. Joliinaa finds a very successful kill there onto Sandra. Alt corner still being held. Spike is down. So Luge, Toki and Eva up for them to see, and they can do a successful retake. Orbital strike will get committed, force everyone out, and that will be 3 kills going over to Falcons, and that is the defuse confirmed for them. Very nicely played.
Yeah, I think honestly that post plan is just a bit of an oversight for GIANTX. Playing inside U-Haul when the orbital was up since the start of the round is not something that you can really do, and I think Falcons showed us exactly why, comboing the ults beautifully to be able to get themselves round number 5 here. The orbital flushing all of U-Haul out and taking down Ness for free. The showstopper trying to find anyone scaling out of U-Haul there and clear out pocket with the smoke on short. Really nice retake from Falcons in the 3-on-3, really well organized. So GIANTX, look, despite that great round for Falcons, I think they're feeling pretty good about how this attacking side is going. Again, going to try to go for this A control. Fault line, finding Sandra. Smurfette applying pressure. Can Toki trade? No, it's the C's as well as the TP into heaven. Beautiful util combos from GX here. Oh my lord, that was such an easy B take for them.
It was indeed, but GIANTX really showing up this round, and as you said, just playing off of each other flawlessly as they now managed to also shut down madv. Eva stands the last one here on site. Plant will go through. They're so close to each other. Will manage to take out Smurfette, already low on HP, clears that corner out. Trying to wrap around as much as she can, but 1v4. How much is there she can do? I was thinking manages to also take out Sarah, but will be shut down in the end.
Switching sides.
Beautiful attacking side for GIANTX, has to be said. Very well worked. A lot of great set plays. They're playing the comp extremely well right now. Just the way that they use both the breach and the fade util to set up Smurfette for success on the entries. And then, like I said, having the combo of Joliinaa, Miyori in the post plant. Sarah as well has had some great clutch statistics and some multi-frags as well. Just feels like the way that they're playing really works well for their team. And once again, it's a great across the board performance from all of them really in that half. But now Falcons, with this crazy comp, with this double duelist harbor, we need to see what they're going to be cooking on this attacking side, because if they're able to actually play, you know, super snappy, they've got themselves organized, this could be quite difficult to defend for a GX who doesn't have a Senti.
Yeah, exactly. Hard for GX to try and gather any information here, but not to gather any kills, as Miyori will open up with a nice pick onto Sandra here. Smurfette absolutely catches Toki off guard, will shut her down though. Miyori still good for another, but now it's Eva once again, the last person standing. It's a bit of a deja vu, and I'm just wondering, can she get another 2 double kill in before she goes down once again? Approaching Miyori here. Ooh, just doesn't catch her. Miyori coming back though. She will grab that one. But now they know where Eva is, and they're coming for her. Has a little bit of time to play with. Could possibly. Oh, okay. Some time to play with, but not a life to play with, and that makes it pretty done and dusted.
Yeah, I mean, they just walked hand in hand through U-Haul. That's exactly how you want to see them play the 2-on-1. Just walking together, making sure that they're tradable. They catch Eva on the timing here. Trying to cross sight. Really, really nice pistol round early on here for GIANTX. Forcing Falcons on the eco. Kicking off this defensive half. I think they won both pistols, if I'm not wrong. So they're doing a great job on bind here so far. Sheriff out for Sandra. So the girls just taking a save. There's the guiding light up on in. And they're going to go farm this B long orb with the cascade to give them a little bit of cover. That's given actually over to madv on the harbour. So they're wanting to prioritize the Reckoning over the Showstopper in this case.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, for trying to flood this side out, of course it is the Reckoning that you want to have available to yourself. And Falcons, they are trying to desperately get another round on the board here. Lush sitting pretty on that smoke here. So far, a pretty quiet round here. Nice fault line though into the long as Miyori finds a nice double for herself. Sarah with the rifle in hand. Looking to throw out another bit of util, as we do see that madv will be backing off and rendezvousing with the rest of the squad here.
Yep. There's the paint shells to backside though. We'll try to get into the side here, Joy.
That they are indeed. Talking about the side, what about your backside? As Ness will shut down Toki and Eva alongside her. madv good for one more. But just a ghost in hand, how much can she really do? Not much is the answer, as GIANTX will take another round here for themselves. They're mounting up a pretty big lead here, Pilski.
Oh, for sure. Very clean anti-eco as well, only losing the ghost. Miyori's gone for a judge. And we'll keep an eye on that, you know. The Viper turns into a pseudo-sentinel, really, on the defensive side a lot of the time. Use of the wall and the orbs to be able to create opportunities and kind of break up the push of the attacking side. So that in combo with the breach util and the rotations from Sarah is really what you keep an eye on to shut down a lot of these plays. Reactive paranoias, reactive seizures, things like that. 4-player stack on this B side here early on from GIANTX. This is a big call to be making.
That it is indeed. Throwing a lot of intel there as well. Smurfette will be creeping up on them. Will spot out Eva. Not connect any shots though.
I really like that though. You know, playing at a weaponry disadvantage. It is only Bulldogs, but at the end of the day, you know, versus the Vandals, I really don't mind in some of these bonuses doing things like 1-4s. Just stacking one side of the map or going for an early kind of aggressive play. Miyori just playing in U-Haul with that judge. Sandra applying pressure from bathroom side. Pushed off by the paint shells though.
Yeah. Now Toki has arrived. Will satchel on. Finds Smurfette here. Actually pretty comfortable kill to pick up on her side though. Smoke though will be denying any further vision. Plant will go down for Falcons as they... Oh! Excuse me, Spike did get planted, but now Miyori with that judge just storming straight on here to try and take down madv. Sarah will not be getting anything done though. It's pretty much all angles getting held here. Joliinaa causing some damage, forcing the angles here for the Falcons. That rotation. Back into that U, but then Ness gets caught here. Or Ness, sorry.
One enemy remaining.
Catches Eva. And now, in a 1v2, we've seen Ness do it before. She is so very capable of doing that. Has a haunt available. Playing ring around the rosies, though, maybe isn't her thing, as Toki will pick her up. Good for 4 kills this round.
4 guns lost, though. That's pretty expensive for Falcons. Against the Bulldogs, that's a pretty good result for GX. Now a chance for them to break the money. Big swing round in the next offer as Toki goes down to the spike. 4 kills for Toki, though. Going to put her quite close to the showstopper here. Very important round for both teams. This is with the difference between GX threatening the end of the game here on blind and grabbing double digits, and Falcon really closing this scoreline gap. Cascade and a dark cover getting exchanged on a short A. There's the guarding light and the boom bot to take control of bathrooms and set it up as a bit of a launching pad for Falcons to kick off and A execute into this A site once they're comfortable enough to push past the dark cover. In the meanwhile, GIANTX has got some great info over on the B side of the map, and they're starting to trend the fade over in towards spawn side. Falcons, though, maybe seeing that haunt or hearing that haunt on the opposite side of the map, not feeling comfortable to kick off this execute into the A site, instead wanting to go back and re-clear B.
Yeah, in the meantime, we do also have the Reckoning online here for that post planned. If they want to commit for that, well, they will have to probably commit for that.
Shadows traveling.
Trailblazer used to clear the corners here. Around garden. Oh, there is the Reckoning being used. Joliinaa here with the teleport onto the box. Sandra manages to shut down Toki. As GIANTX still good for 2 kills apiece here, but Eva comes out swinging, picks up 2. Lush to back her up here, as it will be Eva that is good for 4 kills this round. Drax Falcons over the line. No double digits yet for GIANTX.
My knees are gonna kill
It's a
after
massive
this.
round for Eva. I mean, she's just been worth her weight in gold for this Falcons roster. Some of these really important rounds, really important clutches. She's really been doing a lot of damage. And over from elbow side on the sky, after actually kicking off the exit with the dog sending the duelist in, she's actually the one to wipe the entire team of GX. Unlucky from Joliinaa there. You could see what her play was attempting to do in Hookah's side. She's trying to get the Paranoia TP backside of Hookah to take a different angle. I think it would have worked out a lot better, but TPing onto the box, I think, throws her into a state of panic, and she TPs back into the site straight in front of Eva, which is what kind of sets up the rest of the 4K in that regard. So massive round to win there over on the side of Falcons. Eva a 4K to break the economy of GIANTX, and now an anti-eco for them. Yeah, great round to get Toki her showstopper. Seekers are online as well. That boom bot. That's not. I mean, that's cleared out. That's cleared out all of the fountain. To be fair, Joy, that is definitely a lineup I'm going to be taking into my next game.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be sure, right? You never know who's sitting in that fountain.
That's facts.
Facts, exactly. You've heard it here first. Whoever is sitting in that fountain, you have to make sure it's Miyori. Holding down this angle, will not get the chance. Gets shut down. Eva once again finds another kill here for herself. Is now to push through. Bath is coming down onto this A side.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, Lush. Okay, girl. You okay? You got this. Damn.
That's not a good shot.
Ooh.
Oh, Ness, dude.
Oh.
Ness on the Sheriff is so good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Another really sharp shot from her. Don't think she's going to be ready for Luge, though. So that's a very close to the orbital for Luge. 3K from her. I gotta say, I'm not really particularly a fan of how Falcons is cycling their util on A right now. These AXEs, they're committing both the High Tide and the Sky Smokes at the same time. They got the Deep Smoke up onto Heaven as well. So it feels like, you know, one of those is kind of redundant. And usually when you're playing these double controller comps, especially if it's something like a Harbor and not a Viper, you'd really like to see them kind of cycle up their smokes so that they can do, you know, different kinds of stages of the Exi, like high tied up and then backside smokes or something like that, but point for another time. Big shove up short A here. It's going to be actually a markets crunch. Double satchel straight down there from Smurfette with the showstopper. Big util combo. Reactive Seekers coming in there from Eva, but she's lost her life early on, and Falcons are left reeling.
Yeah, that they are indeed. Sandra is doing what Sandra has pretty much been doing this whole map, and that's that she is pushing alone through the BAFs and manages actually to pick up Ness. Stealing side here from Omen, as she has received a little bit of backup here in the names of Toki, but Miyori! Fantastic crosshair placement, manages to take out 2 in the blink of an eye. Falcons looking to tie up this map, but just not yet. But I may have spoken too soon.
Last player standing.
Sandra having the Empress available here still, but now is that going to be what they need to clutch this out and tie up the round here for Falcons? Sandra though, good for another one.
30 seconds left.
Just 2 left. She will not be taking out on that trade. Giants going up to double digits in the defense.
It's a very nice set play from them as well. I mean, Falcons were not ready for that whatsoever. Absolutely loved it. Shove up short A. You get the Nightfall straight through market side. The double satchel straight up the guts from Smurfette. Gives them the player advantage. And the rest of the round, due to the fact that Sandra's not really able to find too much impact on that Showers lurk, get GX closing out that round, but with only 2 players surviving, their money's pretty shaky here, and they're staring down the barrel of an orbital showstopper round, so it could be difficult for them to deal with. Timeout here for Falcons Vega though, going to give both teams some time to discuss. GIANTX really going to be considering how they're going to maneuver their setup around this pit. You've already got Miyori with the Judge heading towards A. You see the short A pit's very, very popular. And Falcons, will see what they're going to be doing with the orbital and the showstopper here.
Yeah, exactly. Orbital strike and showstopper available for them. I mean, both like extremely powerful, right, for a post plan, but we will see where this Viper pit goes. I think that is going to be the most important thing to keep our eyes on. She changed her mind.
I thought she was heading towards short A, but post timeout she's actually going to be left solo on the B side. I think she's going to probably pit Hookah or outside of Hookah. The rest of GX, big push into short A here.
Yeah.
There.
Fault line and Satchel already being committed here. Smurfette looking to find that first contact. Oh, there's the showstopper. We'll take her out as well, but we'll also find Smurfette. But Toki will take herself out as well there, with that ultimate. Oh, Sandra will actually catch Joliinaa in the back here. Nice sandwich play coming out of Falcons. Now it's Ness. Ooh, will find a first, not a second, as she gets shut down. Miyori, the last one standing, as she had been over on that B side the whole time.
Spike planted.
Yeah, unfortunate. You know, sometimes you throw the pit down, your whole team dies. What can you really do? Footsteps heard by Luge here, so they know she's on the flank, and I don't think you're checking an angle like that. Great crosshair placement from Luge to close it out. Orbital not even needed. Big shove into market and short A there, trying to either, you know, win the round by taking those early fights in market and trading out effectively, or you're either going to push them into the pit of Miyori and try to sandwich them. Didn't work out though. Great reactive showstopper from Toki. Falcons just falling back into their spawn, playing things patiently and find a passage of play that works out. It's really, really good for them.
Find the weak point.
Trailing 9-10, but into an anti-eco here with strong money. Falcons have actually got a pretty great chance at closing out this game of blind here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now we've got Vandals, Vandals in the hand of everybody. And yeah, as you said, Orbital Strike being carried over to this round means that they've just got another win condition to play for in this post plant. And how are you going to approach this if you're GIANTX?
I mean, really, just looking for economic damage, looking for an outside shot at winning the round. Sarah on the Vandal, she gets a kill, can definitely find her Rolling Thunder. Love that third. Thanks, Observer team. Nice one.
Yeah, And that's a nice one too.
There's a rolling
Sarah,
thunder though.
There we go. You called it and it immediately happened actually. Toki making a really explosive entry here. Takes out Smurfette and Sarah. No rolling thunder whatsoever. Joliinaa follows suit here. Toki is hungry. She is getting served kill after kill here. Ness, the last one standing on her favorable sheriff though, will not even get the chance. Toki's good for 4.
Oh, that is so unlucky for Sarah. Like honestly, that if that 1-for-1 in bathroom, she gets her rolling thunder. I think if they time out the fight towards short side a little bit better between Sarah and Smurfette, and Toki doesn't beat that ult, could have been a different story. But that's just a Toki round, even though it is only against the half buy. It is massive. Gets her halfway towards another showstopper, which means, you know, especially on a big 8-point ult like that, you know, always going to get another one before the end of the game. But if you're multi-fragging like that anti-eco on the duelists, then you're giving yourself a much better chance to do so. Another timeout for GIANTX. This game getting very tense. I think after 2 blowouts in the first 2 maps, these are the kind of maps that when they're close in scoreline are going to make the difference in this series, right? So both teams fighting really hard for this one. Another buy coming out here for GIANTX. Not as much in terms of ult economy on offer, or finances really. Much better economy for Falcons built up. And they've got the Orbital and the Reckoning to boot, so difficult position for GIANTX to say the least. They've definitely been quite aggressive in the early to mid round these last couple of rounds. A lot of fights straight up the guts, down mid on hookah, or fighting up short A early on, so we'll see if they keep going for that, or if they're going to kind of slow things down a little and change things up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a spread around that A side now once again. But I wouldn't mind it if Giants just, you know, pump the brakes a little bit here and try to adapt a little bit more to what Falcons are playing for.
Hookah control. Boombot and the guiding light. Spotted on B long there for Ness. She haunts down the bottom, doesn't see anything, and her and Joliinaa actually going to play the double B long setup in front of the Viper wall. Falcons still not decided what they want to do, but the guiding light actually going to reveal that there's at least a player in garden side or outside of the TP. Regardless of that though, Falcons going to group up for this A execute here, Joy.
Yeah, that they are. We do see Smurfette up on the boxes here. Nice cascade, actually blocks the side completely for her. Just making that position not really and giving them anything as immediately the Reckoning comes down. madv will take a kill off of the back of that.
Spike down A.
As we just see kills being traded back and forth here, but now Sandra on that side still. Smokes will go down. So she will be seeing, oh, flash coming out, but there's immediately Sandra with just such a clean head tap. She's been good, honestly, so clean with her aiming here. Sandra, one hell of a way to close out this round with 4 kills on Joliinaa.
Yeah, Sandra's saying, get me back on the duelists. I don't know why I'm sitting in the back of the site on Cypher. Get me in the action. Massive round from her. I'd say the other highlight of that round is undoubtedly madv's util usage, the cascade to deny the info line and the chance of a pick for Smurfette in combination with the Reckoning to follow up actually put Smurfette in a position where really you would have put money on her to get the first kill on the other team coming up short A, but instead it pushes her into an awkward position where she actually gets first picked. Then they follow that after the U-Haul pick with a nice high tide to take the rest of U-Haul as Sandra just does the rest. So Falcons, massive round from them, especially after the GIANTX timeout. They're probably feeling pretty deflated going into this half buy, and Falcons is giving them absolutely nothing here.
No, not giving an inch just yet. Sandra, though, will be pushing up towards that showers, but immediately shuts down Miyori. That was the only rifle that they had available to themselves. Oh, just a little bit too many people to deal with here. Sandra will fall down as 2 rifles to be retrieved here on the side of Giants.
Yeah, what to do now, though? I mean, Smurfette, if she gets a multi-frag with this Vandal, Showstopper could definitely be a big difference maker. Ness taking hookah control and trying to play the pivot with Joliinaa here.
Yeah, Trailblazer doesn't really find any information for them just yet. Paint shells into the hookah.
Spike planted.
Try and clear that out. Nicely dancing around all the damage here. This Toki is still on that B side. Ooh, Smurfette though, good for a nice kill before she goes down. Now Ness and Joliinaa, we do still help Sarah coming around that backside here. Joliinaa falls. Ness actually managed to pick up one. Sarah swings out and picks up another.
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah, orbital. Good call. Good call, Filski.
Yeah, they can't win the round, but that is a win as far as GIANTX is concerned. They have taken. I mean, the economic damage not really mattering at this point, but taking an orbital away from Luge, that's definitely important. You don't want the Brim having access to something like an orbital that can just end a round if placed correctly in the post plant or, you know, onto an important position. So look, gonna have to be 2 in a row here for GIANTX to be pushing us through to overtime. It's definitely doable, but Falcons have done a good job setting themselves up for success.
You know what to do.
Have got the money to be able to buy out the rest of this game. One of the Seekers as well, getting close to another showstopper on Toki. Smurfette yet again has got her own showstopper.
Yeah.
Ness and Miyori grabbing that orb on B long.
Oh, Sandra getting some nice information here. Full time will connect, and now backed up by madv. Looks like they might try to create a little bit of damage in space here.
Didn't mind that from GIANTX. They were clearly looking for the pick onto Sandra, but good discipline from her. Playing all the way back. And now Falcons, after seeing that initial contact, gonna go back, re-clear bathrooms, potentially set up for this A execute. In the meanwhile, though, GIANTX have really taken no control at all of that B side of the map. They've got no info. So they're actually having to rotate the Omen over into spawn side, despite the fact there's been no pressure on B at all. There's the Seekers for Eva as well to kick this on.
Yeah. Oh. Showstopper being popped already. Now the Satchel being forced here just to try and find anything with this Showstopper. Smurfette. One Satchel still in hand. But Nightfall will come out as well just to try and track down these players. Toki manages though to pick up Smurfette off the back of it. Oh! How not? Sandra, you dirty little devil! As you are just camping in that teleporter. Find 2 kills off the back of that. No, GIANTX, they managed to almost tie up the numbers. Yes, they do. Miyori, good to tie up the numbers here. She shuts down Sandra. But the timer will be running out though. It will be running out on the Falcons to try and find this plant. So Giants, they've still got another fight left in them.
Yeah, this game just neck and neck. Another multi-frag from Sandra, this time not good for the round. Toki, one off the showstopper here. Pretty close to a pit for Miyori if she's able to find a multi-frag for the post plant. All on the line here for GIANTX. Op comes out on the attacking side for Sandra. She is sick of people peeking her in bathrooms with a rifle. She's going to try to get that pick with the operator and maybe even have a Vandal drop next to her that she can cycle out to later. Once again, Cascade and Dark Cover traded on short A here. It's a pretty slow round from Falcons to kick things off.
Yeah.
Nuka control again. Guiding Light plus Boombot seems to be their go-to kind of default so far. Prowler from Ness in response over on B long. Not seeing anything in that part of the map.
No, slowly creeping up here towards that A side. madv is Sandra still holding down the vision there towards Bavs, but we do see now that backup is coming in slowly but surely from the rest of Falcons. Hunt gets taken out immediately.
Yeah, they want to push Ness off this info line. She's been jump spotting for info over here. Trailblazer to push her back, but Falcons really just trying to pull an extra rotate over towards the B side of the map and then try to creep out A.
Yeah. Oh, madv going to start pushing up here. Will be caught off guard as Smurfette finds 2. Those are 2 very important players to take away as Sandra falls as well. And this is not looking good here for Falcons.
Pretty much an unwinnable round.
Yeah.
Showstopper going to get
Showstopper.
popped. I don't know what. I don't think they can do anything else really, Joy.
No, I mean,
Last player
Paranoia
standing.
comes flying out though, and that will connect, and that will be the nail in the coffin. Giants tying it up here.
Switching sides.
That's the issue with Falcons comp, right? That round's the perfect example of it. They have nothing to clear this short A position from Smurfette. It's a nice little contact setup with the breach util being held. All of the sky util used clearing that B side of the map, right? Double guiding light and the boombot used to take hookah, and then the Trailblazer up B long. What do you have left to be able to break a setup like that? Toki had to get the showstopper from bathrooms in the orb, so not something they had access to break that short setup or use reactively. I mean, that's the downside of just running like single initiator kind of comp, or not running something like a fade where you can, you know, double up on the prowlers, things like that. Difficult. And I think GIANTX, they've really read into that and played quite a nice setup against the default they've seen many times for GIANTX. So we go into OT. As opposed to the first two matches, very tight one between these two teams. And GIANTX, I mean, once again, 1-4. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Into the BXX, just leaving Viper on the lurk. And once again, Falcons, the protocol is to take hookah, clear the rest of the map, and try to play the post plant.
Yeah, just Toki though on that backside of B. madv though to find first blood, which is so very nice, taking Miyori out of the equation already. Toki now though in that hallway manages to pick up ness.
There.
Paint shells will get popped to just try and force back anybody from Giants that wants to cause more damage. madv up here in the hookah. Lush is good for one.
Last player standing.
Spike will be dropped, and it looks like Falcons just going to take complete control over this round here with an Andalusia flawless.
Much better shutdown
Switching
of exactly
sides.
that same play they
Match
lost to
point.
so many times in regulation. You know, play against the same thing enough times and you're going to work out a way to shut it down. Great Harbor util just making that push very difficult from Hookah's side, and madv as well. Finding that timing to pick Miyori coming out market. They've really recognizing that the Viper's been on the lurk a couple times as the one in the 1-4, and they're able to play around that quite well. So timeout now for GIANTX. Seeing what they can put together on this defensive side. Had a couple of nice rounds towards the end of the half. They've seen the default over and over again for Falcons. They know what the go-to play is for them. They've been working that B control, clearing out hookah time and time again. Sandra's been sitting outside bathrooms. They literally know exactly what the setup is on the default for Falcons. So the question is, they're going to play around that, and is Falcons right here on map point for the third map of the series? I think it's looking like a pretty pivotal one. Are they going to go for that default, or are they going to try to mix in a set play of some other kind?
Looks like it might be the last. So we do see Sandra for this moment not moving up towards the showers.
Yeah. Spike from madv is there outside A though.
No
That
prisoners.
will often tell you maybe where a team is going to pivot later on into the round, but she's actually going to move that back over to the B side of the map. So continue to stay outside. Once again, Falcons clearing out hookah early on into this round. Similar kind of setup for GX.
Yeah. So far, not a lot of info to be found here on the side of Falcons. They've just used a lot of intel, but not really, or I'm sorry, used a lot of util to not get a lot of intel. It's that way around.
They're clearing hookah, they clear close guard, and they know that they've denied information to GIANTX on this B side of the map. Smurfette once again playing the 15th off angle. But she's going to try.
Toki though, looks like she might be ready for it, and she is indeed as she shuts her down. Takes a lot of damage in the process. Sandra though, cautiously pushing up now. Oh, will spot out Ness, and Ness will have the upper hand there. So far still good though, even in the numbers. Time is starting to run out here for Falcons. They need to start making their move. Ness finding a second. Spike has been retrieved here. Now the move towards the A side is on. Trying to clear out showers. They are trying to just hold down every possible angle here on the side of Giants, though. Eva swings out so confidently, picking up Joliinaa, just leaving Sarah behind here as the rest still has to arrive. She will be going down. And now it's Miyori up in heaven. Not a lot of things to see, but now the Coven. Oh, Eva just playing so extremely confident, and it's just giving her so much. As now the Reckoning is used as well to just try and close out this map here for Falcons Vega. Time not exactly on Ness's side.